Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fresh Finds Podcast, where every episode I sit down with someone and we discuss our fresh musical finds. These can be either new releases, songs we've recently discovered from lesser-known artists, or deep cuts from the greats. Joining me today are TJ and Steve from the Nashville pop-punk group Ghost Town Remedy. How are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great.
Yeah, doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's good to have you on the show. We featured one of your songs on a couple episodes ago. And and then we started talking, and here we are.
Well, hell yeah.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for checking us out.
Yeah, man. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves a little bit so that we can kind of put a name to the voice, as it were?
Sure thing. I'm TJ. I play guitar and I sing.
And I'm Steve. I play the drums. I also sing occasionally. We're both originally from Virginia, and we've made our way down to Nashville to create the rock.
All right. That was actually going to be my first question, is where did you guys meet? So how did the band form?
So Steve and I actually met at this is kind of a weird and long story, so I'll try to do it super short, but 2011.
Oh, that's all right.
2011, we met at a Christmas pageant at like a church, which was like, it was called Living Christmas Tree, and it's like this thing where you get like 40 people inside a Christmas tree, and it's like a choir.
It's like a giant steel Christmas tree, and people stand in it and sing. And it was something my family was always doing every year, and I happened to hop in the orchestra from time to time.
Yeah, and I auditioned to play in the orchestra too. So we both met in like the house band for this like Christmas pageant program thing.
Kind of funny because I was playing guitar and TJ was playing drums.
And then now we've switched roles.
That's what I was just about to ask, is what orchestral instruments you played.
I actually started, the first time I did the orchestra there, I played trombone, and then
all right.
they lost their guitar player, and they were like, well, you can play. I was like, I can play enough.
All right, so you met at this Christmas pageant. Then how did that go forward?
So basically, when we were supposed to be practicing during some downtime, I noticed Steve was playing. Maybe was it My Name Is Jonas? He was playing something off of the Blue album from Weezer.
Yeah,
all right.
On guitar,
like
and I was
Weezer.
like, "Holy shit, I know that song. I like Weezer. We should hang out." And we started this band that was terrible called the Jungle Bots, and that didn't go anywhere. And then several years went by up in Virginia. We switched to Ghost Town Remedy, came up with that name, and we were like a folk band back when Mumford and Sons was big.
I was about to get to that as well soon. So I like that this is all coming together.
Yeah, it's all coming out. We used to be kind of a folky folk rock band with banjos and acoustic and mandolin and that kind of stuff.
We had like an upright bass player at one point.
Yeah,
because like the original Ghost Town Remedy album, I listened to that on Bandcamp, and it's just like straight up like bluegrass.
Yeah, it's way different.
Nice. Yeah, and then once I ended up coming down to Nashville after I graduated from like music production school and everything, I moved down to Nashville to start working around here doing like live sound and stuff. Like I work at a venue down here, and so eventually I convinced Steve to move down with me. And after tugging his arm a couple times, like he ended up moving down here, and from there we met up with Jordan and. My roommate Rich ended up joining on bass, and from there it was like a complete 180. Like we got together and it just started sounding like chaos.
Yeah,
in a good way.
Jordan brought a lot of shreddy guitar parts to the table, and we just kind of started letting him go wild, and
lots of dive bombs. Lots
just started
of tapping.
embracing it. It's a lot of fun.
So we ditched the banjos and decided to be an actual rock band.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that on the Caffeine Dreams album, but not a ton.
Yeah, and the reason why that record's not on Spotify anymore actually is because like we would get these booking agents that were so confused because we were like half and half that they were like, I don't know who to put on this show. So they would put like a little folk like singer-songwriter opening for us, but our live show was like full rock, so it didn't make sense really.
Okay. That makes sense.
So yeah, we've basically gone like a completely different direction.
And I like both sounds. I think that they were both very solid.
Thanks.
Yeah.
They were both fun to play. It's just I think we're a little bit more natural in our rock roots.
Well, Steve gets more of a workout on the drums now.
I prefer it that way. I like getting sweaty.
There you go. Don't have to go to the gym that way.
Exactly. Feeling it now these days, though.
Oh yeah.
So in the early days, it seems like you guys were like really self-produced. Like how much of this most recent record was like done in-house versus like in studios around Nashville and that type of thing?
Nice. Yeah. So we like to have our hands in all the cookie jars for this kind of stuff. Like the first record we did I did it like in my dorm room, like in my closet, like recorded the whole thing by myself. And I would send off, actually some of the drum tracks were done in like Steve's basement and stuff. Like we tracked everything ourselves. And for this last record, Dry Spell, that just came out in November, we took a different approach. We wanted to start with the very like core of the record being live tracked. So we went to Sony Tree in Nashville, which is like a big like country studio. And
They've got like portraits of Merle Haggard and like Brooks and Dunn up on the walls. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so we felt, right at home. But so yeah, we tracked at this like Music Row studio that's like doesn't have bands like us playing in it ever. So, and yeah, we did the initial tracks. We just got it for a weekend. Our old bass player Rich, he was an engineer there, so he got us like a really good deal. So we just had like a weekend lock-in at the studio and knocked out like 9 tracks in 2 days or something. And
Okay.
yeah, so we did all the rhythm tracks there. Then we took the sessions back to our studio and then added the overdubs, the vocals, like all the extra secret sauce.
Oh, all right, sure.
But the core of it is like a live record, kind of.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
I feel like there's just something that like you can't replicate by tracking everything separately.
It's like the energy.
Yeah.
It's like you're feeding off each other.
There's definitely an energy to playing all together for sure. All right, so my final prepared question, and this is the hard-hitting one, the one that everybody's going to want to know. All right.
Uh-oh.
So I was digging deep in the Ghost Town Remedy lore, and I found that on Caffeine Dreams, the first song is called Pepe Sylvia.
Nice.
So, and I also noticed in the new music video for Nacho Business, there is there's a character that might be familiar to some people called Green Man. Are you guys fans of Always Sunny?
We are, for sure.
All right,
Probably one of my favorite shows.
So my final question is, what is your favorite episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah.
The hard-hitting questions. I'll ask the ones that
Dude,
nobody else will ask.
It's got to be The Nightman Cometh.
That's a good one.
That's a good
That's
one.
a good one. Charlie McDennis is really good.
What's the name of the one where they try to sneak into the is it the Phillies game?
Oh, was it?
The World Series defense.
Yes, that one is my favorite.
I was getting it mixed up with like The Gang Gets Invincible or whatever.
That's another solid
Oh,
one.
that's a good one too. That's a very solid, like very early episode.
Right. I also really like the Wade Boggs one.
The first one. They made like they made a reboot.
The first one.
I was like,
the reboot was not very good in my opinion, but you know.
I think they got to the point where they were running out of ideas and just like kept recycling old episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. But you know, they're still making it, so like
Yeah. I honestly can't believe it.
Surprisingly, season 12 was actually good. Like there was one episode on there where the water park episode, and that one
the water park episode is so good.
Kills me every time. It's probably my favorite one on that season. It's
that the one
blood.
They
That
get
entire
stuck in the-
season is actually very good.
They get stuck
Yeah.
in the slide. Okay.
Yeah. No, they go down like the huge slide
Right.
with like no water on it.
Right.
And Frank's like, everyone jumps out. AIDS blood in the pool.
All right.
Yeah, that was a hard hitting
Now
question.
that we've gotten to
man.
know each other, now that we've gotten to know each other on a deeper level, let's get into the music that we
So
want to
yeah,
share.
Green Man is the official mascot of the band.
We love Green
Perfect.
Man.
We should know that.
I was really hoping for like at the very end, just like the little Green Man stamp that he does when he like does when he does the like vlogs with D or whatever. I was really hoping that would just like pop up at the end of the music video,
Yes, we got
We can still add it.
or like a knockoff version of it. Yeah,
It's not too late.
that'd be great.
Upload 2.0 version.
There you go. All right. I'll start out with my first tune and I'll introduce it, and then we'll just kind of like go around, and then we'll end it on your tune.
Cool.
So
Sounds good.
my first song that I want to play for you is by a group called A Marionette,
Okay.
and I found them a few years ago. I was watching like some YouTube channel, and this group got shouted out, and I looked at it, and their song "Baddest" had just come out, which is a fantastic song. But this song is called "No Control" off of their album Evolution from 2019, and they're kind of like a funk metal type of fusion group, which is really interesting.
I like that.
So this song is called "No Control" by A Marionette.